Have you ever followed all the advice, meditated daily, read tons of books, and still felt this emptiness inside, like something's missing even when you're doing everything right? In his book, Direct Truth, Kapil Gupta tells us why. This book isn't about another productivity hack or a feel-good mantra. It's about reality. It's about seeing the world and ourselves without the filters of our conditioning. In this video, I'll share the most powerful truths from Direct Truth and how they can change the way you live, think, and find peace. Kapil Gupta says, and I quote, "If systems worked, the world would be happy and enlightened by now. But look around, and you'll see that's far from the truth." Think about that for a second. Despite the countless systems and methods available, true happiness and enlightenment remain elusive for most. We live in a world obsessed with systems. Everywhere you look, there's a new method, a new strategy, a new way to supposedly make life better. Routines, hacks, formulas for success, the perfect morning routine, the 10-step guide to anything you can imagine. These are all marketed as the keys to a better life. But real peace, real success, doesn't come from someone else's system. It's not about following a preset path laid out by someone else. It comes from inner clarity. It's about understanding your own mind, your own desires, and your own path. It comes from understanding yourself, knowing who you are at your core and what truly matters to you. Reading 50 books a year won't magically transform your life. Knowledge is important, but it's not the end-all be-all. Neither will waking up at 5 a.m. every day if you haven't addressed the underlying reasons for your unhappiness or lack of fulfillment. It's about more than just habits. These systems, these external structures, they only work if they're aligned with a deep understanding of yourself. They need to resonate with your inner truth. Most people chase knowledge, they chase achievements, they chase external validation, without ever understanding the one thing that truly matters, their own minds. They look outward instead of inward. They go through the motions, hoping that one day something will click. They follow the steps, but the magic never happens. But without that inner clarity, it's like trying to build a house on sand. No matter how well you follow the instructions, it won't stand the test of time. It's just a matter of time before it all crumbles. The foundation is weak, and eventually, it will give way. Direct Truth challenges us to question everything we think we know about success, happiness, and even enlightenment. It pushes us to look beyond the surface. It's not about adding more to your plate. It's about clearing the clutter and seeing what's already there. It's about simplifying and focusing on what truly matters. What are you following blindly, hoping it will fix your life? What systems are you adhering to without question? What if the answer isn't in another book, another course, another system, but within yourself? What if the key to everything you seek is already inside you, waiting to be discovered? There are no teachings. There is only seeing. These words from Direct Truth hit me like a ton of bricks. We live in a world saturated with information, with gurus and experts all claiming to have the answers. But Kapil Gupta reminds us that true understanding cannot be handed to you on a silver platter. No one can spoon-feed you enlightenment. You have to come to it on your own. Think about it. Someone can tell you money doesn't buy happiness 1,000 times, but until you've chased that money, until you've experienced the emptiness that comes with attaching your worth to material possessions, it'll just be a nice quote you read somewhere. It won't mean anything to you on a visceral level. This is the difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is borrowed, wisdom is lived. And the path to wisdom is paved with self-reflection, with questioning everything, with being brave enough to sit with discomfort and uncertainty. So what have you accepted as truth without really understanding it? What beliefs are you clinging to that you haven't truly examined? This isn't about discarding everything you've been taught. It's about questioning, exploring, and ultimately coming to your own understanding. Chapter 3, Lesson 3. The root of suffering is desire. Kapil Gupta says, suffering exists only in the gap between what is and what is wanted. This profound statement invites us to reflect on the nature of our desires and the discontent they often bring. This is a fundamental truth that many spiritual traditions have echoed for centuries. From Buddhism to Stoicism, the message is clear. Our attachments and cravings are the root causes of our suffering. We suffer because we resist reality. We create an internal struggle when we wish for things to be different than they are. We're constantly chasing something, more money, a better job, more love, more validation. This endless pursuit keeps us in a state of perpetual dissatisfaction. Our minds are always seeking, craving, desiring. This relentless quest for more blinds us to the beauty and contentment that can be found in the present moment. But what if the key to ending suffering isn't getting what we want, but changing our relationship to wanting itself? What if we could find peace not by fulfilling our desires, but by understanding and transforming them? What if true peace comes from accepting what is, right here, right now? This acceptance doesn't mean complacency, but rather a deep understanding and harmony with the present. Imagine this. You're unhappy at your job. You feel trapped and unfulfilled, constantly dreaming of a better career. You dream of quitting, of finding a career that truly fulfills you. But this dream, while seemingly positive, can also be a source of suffering if it becomes an obsession. But what if the unhappiness isn't inherent to the job itself? What if the root of the problem lies deeper within us? What if it stems from your own inner state, from a deep-seated belief that you're not good enough, or that you need external validation to be happy? These internal struggles can manifest as dissatisfaction with our external circumstances. This is the kind of deep introspection that direct truth encourages. It asks us to look within and question the very nature of our desires and the suffering they cause. It's not about slapping a band-aid on your problems, it's about going to the root. It's about understanding the underlying causes of our discontent and addressing them at their source. It's about understanding that sometimes the things we're chasing are actually the very things keeping us trapped in the cycle of suffering. Our relentless pursuit of desires can often lead us further away from true peace. So, what are you constantly chasing? What desires are driving your actions and thoughts? And more importantly, what would happen if you stopped chasing it for a moment and simply allowed yourself to be present with what is? Could this shift in perspective be the key to ending your suffering and finding true peace? Chapter 4, Lesson 4. Most people don't really want the truth. This one's tough to hear, but Kapil Gupta doesn't sugarcoat it. He dives straight into the heart of human nature, exposing a reality that many of us would rather ignore. He says, they want relief. They want a pill. They want comfort. They seek an escape from the harshness of reality, a temporary balm to soothe their worries. Truth is uncomfortable, and he's right, isn't he? Most of us, we don't really want the raw, unfiltered truth. We shy away from it because it challenges our perceptions and forces us to confront our deepest fears. We want a quick fix. We want someone to tell us it's going to be okay, even if it's not. We crave reassurance, even if it's based on falsehoods. We want to stay asleep, even if the dream is a nightmare. The illusion of safety is often more comforting than the stark reality. Think about how much time and energy we spend distracting ourselves. We fill our lives with activities and noise to avoid the silence where truth resides. We scroll endlessly on social media. We binge-watch shows, losing ourselves in the lives of others to escape our own. We fill our schedules to the brim, anything to avoid facing the quiet moments, the moments when the truth might bubble up to the surface. We fear those moments because they force us to look inward, the moments when the truth might bubble up to the surface. Facing the truth means facing the void, the emptiness that lies beneath our constructed realities. Facing the truth means facing the void. It means confronting the uncertainty of existence, the questions that have no easy answers. It means confronting the uncertainty of existence, the impermanence of everything we hold dear. It's a daunting task, one that requires immense courage. The impermanence of everything we hold dear. And that's terrifying for most people. The idea that nothing lasts forever can be paralyzing. And that's terrifying for most people. It's much easier to stay lost in the matrix, to live in a state of denial. It's much easier to stay lost in the matrix, to numb ourselves with distractions and illusions. We build walls around our minds to keep the truth at bay, to numb ourselves with distractions and illusions. But here's the thing. True freedom, true peace, it lies on the other side of that fear. But here's the thing. True freedom, true peace, it lies on the other side of that fear. It requires us to break down those walls and face the truth head on. True peace, it lies on the other side of that fear. It lies in the willingness to see things as they are, without judgment, without the need to change them. It lies in the willingness to see things as they are, without judgment, without the need to change them. It's about embracing reality in its rawest form, without judgment, without the need to change them. Only then can we find true liberation and inner peace. Chapter 5, Lesson 5. Freedom lies in seeing things as they are. In direct truth, Kapil Gupta reminds us that the way out is not through improvement, it is through seeing. We live in a culture obsessed with self-improvement. We're constantly bombarded with messages telling us to be better, to do better, to have more. But what if the key to liberation isn't about fixing ourselves, but about seeing ourselves clearly, without the layers of conditioning and societal expectations? Instead of asking, how do I become more confident? What if we asked, why do I feel the need to appear confident? Where does this insecurity stem from? Instead of trying to silence our negative thoughts, what if we sat with them, observed them, and tried to understand their root cause? This isn't about self-judgment or criticism. It's about cultivating a deep sense of self-awareness. It's about becoming an observer of our own minds, noticing the patterns, the habits, the beliefs that are holding us back. The more clearly we see ourselves, the more we understand the nature of our own suffering, the closer we get to true freedom. It's not about becoming a better version of ourselves, but about embracing the wholeness of who we already are, flaws and all. Outro. The power of direct truth. Direct Truth is not a book that will give you all the answers or make you feel warm and fuzzy inside. It's a book that challenges you, that pushes you to confront the uncomfortable truths about yourself and the world around you. It's a book that strips away the lies you've been told, and the ones you tell yourself. If you're brave enough to face reality, this book is a mirror. It reflects back to you the parts of yourself you may have been avoiding, the parts that are hurting, the parts that are longing for your attention. But remember, nothing will change unless you truly want to see. If this video gave you something to think about, I encourage you to pick up Direct Truth. But don't just read it to finish it. Read it slowly. Contemplate it. Let it challenge your beliefs and assumptions. And if you want more book breakdowns like this, subscribe and hit the bell for more deep dives into the books that are changing the way we think and live.